One, two, test, test, one, two. All right. Hello, I am so excited to be here today. I tell you, this is a treat for me as well as it is for you. I get the pleasure of interviewing the world traveler, the world-renowned TK Terrill Knighton. What's going on, my man?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Having a great day. Everything's good.
Good deal. Good deal. And for those of you all that are listening in today, you're in for a treat because the first time I met TK, I was just impressed with him. And then to find out that so how would you say it? Would you say that you are a practitioner? You are a teacher of NLP? And if you can, explain what NLP is.
I'm an instructor in NLP. I was a practitioner, then a master practitioner, and then now I'm an instructor in NLP.
Okay.
So I went to Europe to become an instructor last year, exactly a year ago, it seems like. I was in Portugal last year taking the trainer's training to become an instructor. So NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming. And what NLP is, it's a technology about how people, it's the study of modeling behavior, how people produce the results that they produce. And so it's like, it's a new technology. It's not new, it started in the 70s, but it helps you to be a peak performer. And it helps you to model successful things in other people, teach you how to connect and create rapport, and a lot of great things like that. So it helps you with your communication skills. So it's, I learned about it about 2012. So about 8 years ago, I learned about it. And then I took a course here locally to become a practitioner. And then I took the master practitioner. And then, I don't know, about a 6-year gap, I decided to take it to the next level and become an instructor.
Wow. Man, that is so exciting, and that's the reason why I had to have you on the show. And if I can, I'm going to take a pause right here to tell everyone that's tuned in that this webinar today, the Emerge webinar, is sponsored by none other than Victory Capital. So as you can see, the sponsor sent me a shirt, so I have on the sponsorship shirt. So this show is sponsored by Victory Capital, and what we're going to discuss today is, and as you can see, TK is well qualified to talk about this subject, but what we're going to discuss today is the right mindset around wealth, success, high achievement. I mean, there is a particular mindset that you must have if you're going to achieve extraordinary levels of success. And as you can see, we have the perfect person here to share with us today, and in TK. So I'm just going to ask a question, and I'm just going to let you just go. So
Okay.
Explain to our audience how NLP has helped you and how it can help anyone achieve their goals and dreams and become, as you say, a peak performer.
Okay, well, the first thing that you're going to learn in NLP, the first thing you're going to learn is outcome. It's called an outcome frame. So the outcome frame sounds pretty technical and fancy, but what it basically means is, what do you want to happen? What is your outcome? I want to sell 5 houses this month. I want to make sure I'm in the gym 3 times a week, every week this month. Well, maybe not the gym. Okay. Right.
Right.
So whatever your outcome is, you with me? I want to make sure that my wife has a fantastic Mother's Day. So the outcome can be for a goal or an experience. It could be either one of those. But the first thing you learn in NLP is, what do you want? So I had a friend of mine, a colleague, called me up the other night, about a night or two, not last night, the night before that. And they said, man, I want you to be my mentor. I want you to be my coach. And I said, okay. There's a husband and wife, and I listened to them, and I said, okay, so what do you want? Sounds like an easy question, friends, but it's not an easy question. Man, they were all over the place. They were all over the place. And then some of the things they wanted, but what was coming out of their mouth was contrary to what they were saying they wanted. So basically, they were pressing the gas and the brake at the same time. But the first thing I asked them is, I said, you got to figure out what you want. So that's one of the first things that NLP has helped me become a peak performer, is just crystallize and getting clear. What is it that you want? You got to figure out what you want, and you got to get to that. That's number one. You can't think about nothing else. You can't talk about how to until you know what you want to do.
Right.
And get into how to. What do you want to do? You got to figure out what you want first. I want to get my license in real estate. I want to get my license in insurance. I want to be a licensed cosmetologist. I want to go back to school and get my master's degree. You got to figure out what you want. You got to figure that out. Then you start putting the rest together. So that's one of the first things that NLP helped me do. The second thing it helped me do is understand communication. So as human beings, we distort, we delete, and we generalize information. I'm going to repeat that. We distort, we delete, and we generalize. So, for example, I'm in a business in financial services, but it is sales, and I have a lot of sales agents that work with me. They say, well, everybody I know is not interested. That's a generalization.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody? Everybody? So you're telling me that you talk to everybody in your cell phone, which would be over 200 people on average, and nobody was interested? Well, I didn't talk to everybody. Oh, okay. So everybody actually is just somebody. It's not everybody. Well, people scared of the coronavirus. Which people specifically? And so these ways of learning how to hone in on communication is one of the things that I learned in NLP as well. And then just learning how to create rapport, how to connect with people, where you can be very intentional. And so rapport comes from the French word, which means to connect. So rapport means you're like the other person. And so I've learned through NLP how to intentionally create rapport. So for example, Liam is in ministry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, he's a Christian, I'm a Christian, right? So I'll be like, yeah, man, I grew up in church too, just to connect, right? Well, let's say he's Jehovah's Witness, right? It doesn't matter. He's Jehovah's Witness. My auntie's a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not Jehovah's, but my auntie's a Jehovah's Witness, right? Oh, okay. That's a way to connect. You a Kappa? I'm a Kappa. Oh, that's a way to connect. And so you're a realtor? I'm a realtor. It's a way to connect. And so you find the common ground so that you can find something that makes you like that other person that helps to bring you into rapport. So that's just a couple things off the top of my head.
Man, there's just so much just swimming around in my head. I mean, just based on that. So we just gonna carve out just a little piece of that. So as a real estate investor, as a real estate entrepreneur, I could see how NLP could help you because, and I've been seeing a lot of posts about this lately, is real estate is a team sport, in that you have to have a team of people around you if you want to be a really successful investor. But if you have a standoffish mentality and you don't know how to build rapport, this will definitely this will help you, because as you just told us, building rapport is key.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. And you said something else too. You said that we make generalizations, and I find myself, I am not a practitioner of NLP, but I've used some of the NLP strategies in the past, and I have to catch myself in that, as in the field that I'm in, lending. Man, I could wake up and say, man, nobody wants a loan today. Okay. Or there are no investors out here. Or as you hear folks say, where are the real estate investors? So if you can kind of explain us how overcoming generalizations and building rapport has helped you?
Okay, so I prepared something for you today, so I'm going to jump into it. We're going to talk about prosperity consciousness, okay?
Okay.
So prosperity conscious belief number one is that opportunities are everywhere.
That's good.
So I'm going to say something. I had some money that I got last week that came to me. I got some money, came in the mail, but I didn't know what it was. And so because I wasn't looking for it, it sat on my counter for a week. I had some money that show up in the mail, but I didn't know. I wasn't expecting any money. I don't get my money in the mail. I get my money direct deposited into my account. So I had pretty significant amount of money, some thousands, showed up in the mail, but because I wasn't looking for it, I didn't see it. See, it's very easy to miss something you're not looking for. So prosperity belief number one is that opportunities are everywhere. Wow. So I'm going to help you out.
Okay.
And I'm going to elaborate. Okay. Now, we know 20 plus million people have lost their jobs. 20 million, a lot of people. But it's 360 million people in the United States. So everybody out of work. Everybody? See, that's a generalization.
Right.
So if you got 20% unemployment or you have 20% unemployment, do you know what that means? It means 80% of the people are still working. That's what it means. So everyone isn't out of work.
Right.
Everyone is not struggling. Not everyone. Because I have a friend of mine that just bought his wife a Maserati SUV and then bought himself an Audi. So everybody is not having a tough time. Not everybody. I mean, where some businesses are completely devastated, the others are booming. Have you tried to buy a bicycle lately? Good luck with that.
Right.
I tried to buy some dumbbells because I canceled my gym membership, right? Can't buy any dumbbells. I need to get some. I'm trying to get my. I can't buy it. So the home fitness business is booming.
Yes.
They are booming. So that's prosperity belief number one is opportunities are everywhere. Okay, so I'll give you. I don't want to just take over. I'll just give you a chance or ask a question. I have 4 points. That was the first one. So any questions in between? I'll just kind of
just keep going. Just keep flowing.
So again, if you sit around and you're an investor, you think, first of all, the real wealthy people make their money in the worst times. Okay? I'm going to say that again because somebody need to hear it. The real big money people make the most money during the worst times, not the best times. Okay? It's when you buying real estate from pennies on the dollar, that's when you come up. I got a friend of mine who bought a apartment complex in 2009 for $1.8 million. That complex today is worth $15 million. He did that twice. So he has 2 apartment complexes worth $30 million, right? And he bought them during the crash. The guy's wealthy today because of the crash. And like I talked to him last year, he putting all his money in the sidelines waiting for it to what? Crash again. Bad news for some people, good news for other people. So you just have to understand, I have friends in real estate right now that are booming. And I have some that think the sky is falling. It's all based on your perspective. But you can miss something if you're not looking for it. So prosperity belief number 2 is success and abundance is a natural law of the universe. It's a natural law of the universe. I mean, look at a wild field. Look at how the plants just grow freely. That's abundance. That's just natural abundance, right? You look at a natural undisturbed forest. It's teeming with life and growth. It's green and it's abundant. And so you just have to know and believe. You have to have the paradigm, which is the way you think, a way of thinking, that life is abundant. We're not going to run out. So I'll give you an example. Think about it. We all have a refrigerator, don't we? Everybody has a refrigerator, right? Everybody. But if you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Cons, they're selling refrigerators. But everyone has a refrigerator. We know everyone has a refrigerator. So why are they selling more refrigerators? I'm just telling you, the world is abundant, right? You're going to build a new house, you're going to remodel a house, you need a refrigerator, your refrigerator break. There's a market for refrigerators, right? Even though everybody has one. Well, you think, well, the market's bad. Nobody has any money to invest. There's that generalization again. Nobody. Who's nobody? Or is that everybody? Is that 3 people? Is that 10 people? Is that 1 million? How many people is nobody has any money, right? Generalization. So just understanding that prosperity belief number 2 is that success, a success and abundance is a natural law of the universe. Prosperity belief number 3, this is a good one. And that is, you say to yourself, I have the talent and the capabilities to be tremendously successful. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but there's a saying that says, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right.
Yep.
If you think you can, you're right. And if you think you can't, you're right. We seldom, if ever, perform outside of our belief system. Seldom, if ever, perform outside of our belief system. Seldom, if ever, do we perform outside of our belief system. Seldom, if ever. So what we got to do is just change belief. And it's really not hard to do, because you're really just changing the way you think. A new life is but a new mind. Change your thoughts and you change your life. So I'm gonna be transparent, okay? So when the pandemic hit in March, I sat on my couch in my pajamas with my hair not combed for 2.5 weeks, watching nonstop CNN, MSNBC, all this type of stuff. I sat there and I fed myself negativity all day long. All day long. I heard all this negativity. But what I want you to be aware of is something called a peer group. And we all have one or more. Well, in the business I'm in, which is financial services distribution, many of my peers were having record months in March. And the fear of being left behind got me off the couch. So I got up on March 30th, took a shower, shaved, brushed my teeth, got completely dressed except I was wearing socks. And I came into this office that I'm in my home, and I started watching training videos on how to use the Zoom technology, right? April in my business, because I changed my mind and I stopped believing that the sky was falling, we had a record production month in my business at every level. And I made the most money I've made in 28 years in a month, sitting in my house, working from this computer that I'm speaking to you on. The opportunities everywhere. And I have the talent and the capabilities to be tremendously successful. And so what I told myself was, rather than saying, well, I'm not really good with technology. I'm not good at that. That doesn't pay you any money. So I changed my conversation. I said, man, this technology is great and I'm learning more every day. Man, this technology it's pretty easy to learn, because I am a result-oriented person, because I started with talking about you want to get your outcome. My outcome is I need my business to move. So that is a greater motivator to me than I don't know how to use technology. I don't know how to use technology doesn't move me toward my greater goal, which is to move my business. See, so forget that. I'm going to get a new conversation, say, man, I'm learning Zoom and it's great. I said to myself, man, clients are more comfortable on Zoom than they are if I was in their house. Man, this is great. And I kept telling myself that. And you know what? It's just been great. It's been great. It's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. It's just been great. It's been great. So knowing that you have the capability and the talent to be successful. And my number 4 prosperity belief for you all today is my subconscious mind is my partner in success. So this is your conscious mind. It's at the top. Below that is the subconscious mind. But 95% of your life, 90 to 95% of your life is being driven by what has been imprinted into your subconscious. So let's define imprinting. Imprinting are the things you think over and 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 over again. We think 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. And 95% of them are the same thoughts we had yesterday. And so when you keep thinking those same thoughts, they become imprinted into your subconscious, and then you begin to live your life on autopilot. You're doing things and you don't know why you're doing them, right? Well, it's because it's been imprinted into your subconscious. And so if you know that if I think the same thoughts over and over, it's going to be imprinted in my subconscious, then I can get deliberate and I can write down what I want to think every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I can think opportunities are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I can think that every day. Success and abundance is just a natural part of the universe. It's a natural part of the life. You can think that every day. I have the capability and talent to be tremendously successful. And you think that every day, all day, think that every day, all day, think that every day, all day, think that every day, all day. And then it becomes imprinted in your subconscious. And all of a sudden, opportunities, they just come to you. They just come to you. So your subconscious is going to be your partner in success, and you got to learn how to use that. So how's that, Mr. Aline Bacardi?
Man, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to not sit here and have my mouth just wide open, just like drooling, because man, you are dropping some nuggets, you are dropping some wisdom, and man, I really hope that somebody hears this with the right ear, because man, what you are telling people is things that I try to do every day. I've become a specialist in self-talk, because as you said, whether you tell yourself you can or you tell yourself you can't, both ways you are right. And so why would I tell myself I can't when I can just as easily tell myself I can?
That's right.
And this thing that you said about telling yourself, man, every day that I have the talent and the capabilities, the talent and the capabilities, man. Whew, I'm just sitting here excited, because I know that there are some real estate investors out there. There are some realtors out there. There are some people that are just getting started, and they feel like, man, that is just there, that the odds are just insurmountable. That there's no way, that there's too many realtors out here. There's too many real estate investors out here. There's too many insurance agents. But all of that doesn't matter. What does matter is what you wake up every day and tell yourself that you're capable of, and that you have the talent to do. And man, you would be surprised. See, some people may misconstrue that, and other people will misconstrue that and say, man, that person is just lucky. No, that person is not just lucky. But when you think the world is just a bowl of opportunities are going to come. Yes. But on the flip side, if you think the world is just this horrible, terrible place, then that's what you're going to get. And that's not trying to discount anything that is happening, but you have to shape the world that you're in. You have to shape your own world. So, wow. So, man, so what's next for you? What's going on with you, TK?
Well, our business is really growing. It's exploding. Our business is on a very much upper trajectory. But I'm actually going to start. I said to myself like last night that it's time. I think it's time for me to take there's a training that I'm going to take, and I said, okay, it's time for me to take it. I can take it online. But I think that, to be successful, you got to be committed to lifelong learning. You can't see it, but I'm in my office at my home, and I have 2 large bookshelves right here, and they are full of books. And then in that closet behind me is full of books. And in my bedroom, I have a a bookshelf that's this tall and it's full of books. And my nightstand is full of books. And so I'm committed to lifelong learning. And so, you know, I'm going to start another program. It's a 9-week program that I could take online because of the way the world is shaped up. Where I train with NLP, they moved a lot of their training to online. So I can continue to do the training that I've done. I can continue to do it online. But anyhow, I'm just working on me, you know, because I wrote a chapter in a book called True Wealth Starts in the Mind. And the title of my chapter is When You Get Better, It Gets Better. So I think that if you work on yourself and you work on growing your consciousness, you work on growing as a human being, you're going to respond to things that happen in life and the world very differently around you, and things are going to get better. And they're going to get better because you're taking the steps to be better. So that's next for me. Just continue to grow my business and continue to grow myself and grow my consciousness, work on me. That's what's next for me.
Good deal. So how can someone, if someone wants to find you, someone wants to explore the possibility of you coaching them, how can someone get in contact with you?
Well, I have TerrillKnighton.com, which is spelled TerrillKnighton.com.
Okay.
Or they can they can reach me through the website, or they can actually give me a call at 214-675-6138. Again, this is 214-675-6138. I'm Terrill Knighton. So yeah, that's how they can reach me, sir.
Wow, that is awesome. And I mean, I could talk to you, man, for hours and hours about NLP and the right mindsets and paradigm shifts and all that. But man, I'm going to tell you, when you meet someone that thinks like you think, there's just this instant connection. I think that you and I just had an instant connection. So let me ask you this, as I always ask my guests. So what is, if someone comes into town, somebody comes to the DFW area to spend time with TK, what restaurant would you take them to? What's your favorite restaurant?
It's a good question. I have a lot of great restaurants. If it was a steakhouse, it would be Albernays. If it was home cooking, it would be Streets Fine Chicken. There's a lot of restaurants. I just love restaurants. A lot of restaurants. You know,
I'm gonna have to find out about this Streets. I had never heard of it.
Yeah, it's some really good chicken. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right. So let me ask. So the next question is, give us one of your most profitable scenarios, and then give us one of your most the experience that you learned the most from. I won't say failure, but say an experience that you really learned a lot from. So a success and a.
Yeah, I'll go with the second one first. The second one is listen to what people do, not what they say. Repeat that. Learn to listen to what people do and not what they say. The reason why there's contracts and agreements like that in the world is because people say one thing and they do another. So listen to what people do. Do not listen to what people say. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Insight. The other question I get was your greatest success. Great success comes from consistency and diligence and doing the right things long enough for your efforts to compound. Most people quit too soon. You're almost there, but you quit too soon. You've got to give your efforts time to compound. There's a natural law called sowing and reaping. You're sowing and reaping. And there's seed, time, and harvest. Well, when you're out there working and taking no's and your deals are getting rejected and your funding is falling through, you're sowing. It doesn't seem like it, but you're sowing, right?
Right.
And in time, there's going to be a harvest. I make money very effortlessly, which is a great thing to tell yourself every day, by the way. But I make money very effortlessly because of seed, time, and harvest. See, I planted my crops a long time ago, and now I'm reaping the harvest. But I planted them a long time ago. Okay. And now I'm reaping the harvest. So Hope that helps.
Good deal. So what if you were to give someone a book, which I know you give people books all the time. So what's a book right now that you are recommending or that you are giving out to people?
2 books. One
Okay.
book would be Mind Power into the 21st Century with John Kehoe.
Mm-hmm.
Good book. And then the next book would be Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So those are 2 really good books that are about working on your thinking and working on you, right?
Oh, wow.
You get better, it gets better. So those are 2 really great books. They'll probably keep you busy for 90 days.
Wow. So
Yeah.
now I have the first one. I don't have the second one. Would you repeat the second one again?
It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Okay. Breaking the habit of being yourself. Wow. Wow.
It's only
Wow.
like $10 on Amazon. It's
Okay.
about it's a powerful book.
Okay. All right.
It's powerful.
Good deal.
Life.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. So at closing thoughts, since you are speaking to an audience that's predominantly in the real estate industry, that are real estate lenders, investors, insurance agents, what would be your final thoughts to our audience today?
My final thoughts are, hey, life is abundant, and you need to participate in it. You with me? And everything is going great. I mean, I know there's some challenges in the economy. There's some people having some real challenges, but you got to focus on what's working. You got to focus on the positives, and life's going to be what you make it.
Wow. Wow. That's good. Well, hey man, again, I want to thank you. Shout out to my man TK. Thank you for spending the time. I know that you are a very busy person with a huge organization, but you took out time to spend with me and the audience here. And so I just want to thank you. I wish you much success, man. And I got to have you back on again, because it's just so much that you have that we just can't get it all in one session. So I will definitely have you back on again. But man, thank you so much. Much success, and have a great rest of your week. All right.
All right. Thank you, Lee. God bless everybody.
All right. You too, man. Thank you. Bye.